episode 5 of Body Language TV. I'm your host, Don Corey, and today we're going to focus on 7 nonverbal gestures and cues that you want to avoid. So, what's the first one? The first one would be wringing your hands when you're talking, or touching your hands, interlocking your hands. That just doesn't come across very well to people. The next thing would be filled pauses. What do I mean by filled pauses? What do I mean? As I'm thinking, I'm filling my pauses with You don't want to do that. Okay? The next thing is oscillating. Gestures are good when you're talking. It makes people retain more of what you're saying. But when you're oscillating your hands, it's never very good. The next thing is finger pointing. Finger pointing, you want to avoid finger pointing. There are certain situations where finger pointing is a good thing to do, but they're very few and far between. So I would avoid finger pointing. In later episodes, we will talk about when it is good to use finger pointing. The next one is jerking movements. And what I mean by that would be, oh, yes, yes, yes. Or, oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, that kind of jerking movements doesn't come across very well either. The next would be closed posture, talking like this or like this, down low and closing yourself off. And of course, the last one that we'll talk about today would be insincere facial expressions, would be like, yeah, yeah, I get it, yeah, Don't come across very well, especially when you're trying to be sincere. So let's look at these gestures in an actual sequence, like we did in the last episode. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how you would want to do it. So it would be something like this. I know we have a problem, and this conversation is long overdue. This issue has affected our past, our present, and could affect our future. If we can bring our team together and focus our strengths, we can then discover, through dialogue, a better destiny so that we can all go where we want to go. Something like that. As opposed to the negative gestures, which would go something like this. I know we have a problem. Yeah, and this conversation is long overdue, right? And it's affecting our past, our present, and our future. We need to, harness our strengths together so that we can, discover through a dialogue. You need to dialogue more, and so we can have a better destiny for where we want to go. I guess that that'll put us on the path to greatness that we want to go. So you can see the difference. The words are the same, but the gestures are different. And you get a different image of the person who is saying those words. So one of the things that I talked about in the last episode as well was Fun Fridays. And what we're going to do is show different clips and have some fun things to show you on Fridays. Look at that, a filled pause. Well, what we're going to do is show you a video of George Bush, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton when they were talking about Haiti. Now, what I want you to understand is when a guy or a man gets in front of people on a stage, there is an automatic reflex to want to cover yourself. Now, if we watch this video, you'll see that George Bush covers himself. President Obama is covered by the podium. And Bill Clinton actually goes to cover himself and catches himself and pulls his hands back behind his back. But the interesting thing is, if you watch it, near the end of this 30-second clip, George Bush actually tentatively takes his hands apart and nods to someone. And it shows that the people are watching their body language and telling them and indicating to them what they need to do. Now, I'm not telling you this to make fun of George Bush. because I don't want to make fun of anybody. But what I am showing you this clip for is to highlight that these people understand, even when they're out of office, how important image is, and they have their minders around them, helping them to make sure that their image is a good one. So take a look at the video.
In times of great challenge in our country and around the world, Americans have always come together to lend a hand and to serve others and to do what's right. That's what the American people have been doing in recent days with their extraordinary generosity and contributions to the Haitian people. At this moment, we're moving forward with one of the largest relief efforts in our history to save lives and to deliver relief that averts an even larger catastrophe. The two leaders with me today will ensure that this is matched by a historic effort that extends beyond our...
So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great weekend, but please comment on this episode, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. And our next episode is going to be on palms and palm movement. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.